All right, next up, we have some more Zakarian by Dash. This is a really cool item because we all have our meat thermometers that we stick into our meat to check the internal temperature. But what about what's happening on the outside? Whether that is of the meats before you get them to sear to make sure they're at the perfect temperature to get a sear, or it's checking the temperature of your oil when you want to fry, boiling water. This is what you use. It's a digital infrared thermometer. We have 3 colors for you to choose from. There's your Zakarian blue, your cranberry, and a hunter green as well. It's $380 on an easy pay, K99026. This is the tool that you don't have, but you actually need. And Molly Swanson is back with us to tell us why this is so important.
Yes,
Hi again.
exactly. Hi again. Okay, so this is different from the probe thermometer that a lot of us see. There are certain things that we need to temp that we need to keep our hands far away from.
Right.
So that's when this guy comes in handy. So we're talking water for poaching eggs. Obviously, you're not going to stick your finger in the water. So again, this laser is super helpful. The surface of a cast iron or a stainless steel pan when you're searing steak, so you're going to get that excellent sear. Frying for tempura, which we'll go through all these demos. And then I'm actually going to start here because this is my favorite one.
What's that?
If you're into sourdough, you need to keep your starter. I see some people cheering. You need to keep your starter between 75 and 80 degrees, right? So
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
true.
Okay. Well, that's what you have to do. Yeah. So we've got
to
this.
80 degrees.
Yeah.
This I do not bake.
Okay. So we've got
doesn't
this
mean
at
that 2025 isn't the year that I start.
Yeah. So as you can see, this is just at 75, which means we could probably move it to a warmer spot in our kitchen.
Okay.
So all that tells you is like, yes, it's happy, or no, it's not. Let's get it into a warmer or colder environment.
We want to keep our starters happy.
Yeah, so super helpful.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I'm learning.
We're learning.
I'm learning.
Yes. And then we're poaching eggs, which is such a great way to enjoy eggs. Again, you're not using any fat here. We're just putting it straight into the water. So the perfect temperature for poaching eggs is 180 degrees, which is just below, water boils at 212. So it's a little bit below boiling point. So yeah, okay. So we've got 176 here, 79. So it's coming up. It's actually perfect for our eggs. So we're going to start right here. Can you guys see that?
There it is.
Okay.
Let me see. 186,
And also, like,
185,
flip it around.
183. There we go.
183.
All right, that's what we want?
Yeah, that's exactly what we want.
Okay, show me how you do this.
Okay, so
do you
to poach our eggs, I do swirl.
Okay.
So I'm going to use...
Do you have any vinegar to the water?
There's vinegar in the water.
Okay,
a
see,
little
I do
bit.
know some things.
Exactly, yeah. So there's like a teaspoon of white vinegar, and that's just going to help the egg kind of come together and coagulate.
Yeah, okay.
So the first thing we're going to do is take the end of our spider and just make a really gentle, you don't have to do anything crazy, a gentle rotation.
A whirlpool.
So that when you drop the egg in, it sort of swirls around itself, and you'll see it. Again, get the base of the bowl close to the water.
Okay.
And it just kind of like swirls around itself, and as it cooks, it'll continue to come together more and more. And again, we know our water's at 180, so there's no guessing with this thermometer.
It's
that's
mesmerizing.
That's the other big benefit, is like we're taking the guesswork out. If you don't know how to poach eggs or you haven't done it before, again, this really comes in handy there.
I've done it, but it doesn't always work for me.
Yeah.
But I just learned the vinegar trick. That's new for me.
We're
And you can give it a little more swirl.
Yeah, give it another swirl, and we're actually going to add another one because we've got 2 pieces of French toast here for our poached eggs to land on. And we're just going to let those hang out while we move on to our steaks.
Okay, while these are swirling, because I could watch this all day, I'm going to show you the 3 colors that we have. Here is your Zakarian blue. Okay. Here is your cranberry. And this has been the most popular. And if I could just grab this one real fast. Here is your hunter green as well. So 1, 2, 3 colors, you just choose. It's $18.98. This is going to help ensure more success in the kitchen by checking the external temperatures. Under $20, it's $380 on an easy pay. It makes so much sense. Okay, what are you doing now?
Okay, so we're moving on to steaks. When we sear a steak, 2 things are important. It's important that the steak itself is at room temperature, which you can check using this thermometer. And then it's important that the pan is like 450, maybe even 500 degrees, because it is going to drop when that cooler steak hits the pan. So we're at 557 here, which I'll just
There we go.
So we're at 556, and there's a little bit of a glare, but that tells us, I mean, that's really hot, but that doesn't mean we can't put our steaks down, because like I said, when the cooler steak hits the surface, it's gonna come down to about 475, 500. So, and it just tells us again, okay, I'm gonna bring my heat down a little bit on the stovetop. So again, it's just taking the guesswork out when we cook, which makes it so much easier. Yeah, that sizzle's nice. Add a little salt to the other side. So again, we want to keep our hands far away from this searing hot pan.
Yeah.
But we do want to know how hot it is. So digital infrared thermometer is super
While
helpful.
that's searing, can you just sort of like guide me on what the buttons are?
Yeah, exactly. So this gray button right in the front, that's how you actually point the laser. Oops.
Okay.
And then if you want, I know, it
Dang
pops. And then if you want to hold the temperature, you just hit that center button.
Okay.
And it'll freeze there. So if you just want, you know.
How close do I want to get it?
Oh, a little closer than that. Like I would
closer?
say at least like 6 to 8 inches. Yeah.
Yeah, is that good?
Yeah, and then if you want to hold it, you put that center button. And it
Okay.
does Celsius and Fahrenheit. So those 2 buttons on the side are just to swap back and forth between the 2 temperatures if you.
Okay, so you can
if
see
you
the
need
Celsius,
the
you
other.
can see the Fahrenheit. That button right in the middle is what we did to hold that temperature at 88 degrees. What about this little map right here? What's this?
Let's see.
Is that just giving us,
that's
like,
just your measurement diameter. So that's going to tell you how close you need to get a good read on the surface that you're temping.
okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so
All
just
right.
a little guide
So,
right to the side.
I like that. This is really cool.
Yeah.
This is really smart. Do I need batteries? Do I charge this? Does my card
Yep,
say?
so batteries. Oh, and see this
eggs
got
are going crazy.
These eggs are going crazy here. Yep, these come with
doesn't say.
batteries.
It comes with batteries?
Yep. This front piece
Sold.
comes off. And batteries, yep.
All right,
so,
so now we're going to do some frying.
Yeah, so we're doing some frying, which, again, I'll just show you guys. We're at 297 here, 296.
Okay, what do you want
So
it at?
that's a little too low to
Okay.
fry our shrimp. So we want it about like 375 so that when the shrimp hits the oil, it's going to come down to 350.
Okay.
So again, we're just going to turn this up a little bit.
Are our eggs
Dials
done
here
or are
at
they
the
still
front.
going?
Our eggs are done.
Okay.
So we can just use our spider here to
There you
land these. And we've got
Oh,
that
those look
perfect
beautiful.
poached
Oh, look, you can see it kind of like
right
wiggling
on our
and
French
jiggling.
toast. I know.
Gorgeous. There's nothing
Yeah.
better than having a poached egg, and when you cut into it and all that yolk
I
is like
know.
spills out like a little bit of lava.
It's the best.
So good. All right, all you have to do is choose your color. There's your cranberry. There's your hunter green. And finally, we have it in Zakarian blue as well. It's $18.98. It's so smart, and the batteries come with it. $3.80 on an easy pay, K99026.